he made this insinuation. So, you know, I guess I go back to
I don't know what Don Plusquellic is talking about. You know, he makes these statements. I don't know what he's talking about.
Well, but he made this insinuation on Monday night after the debate. I know you were on with Tom Erickson on WNIR, and Tom asked the same question.
And I gave Tom the exact same answer that I'm giving you relative to this particular issue and what the question was and what it was about. Now, his reaction, you have to ask him about his reaction.
We did.
Okay.
We did, and he said to talk to you. I think the reason we're doing this, Mike, and I must tell you, I don't feel good about asking you or Don Plusquellic or anyone else questions like this. But when it's done in a debate and it's kind of this sideways launch. You had no intent when you asked the mayor about the travel question and mentioned his girlfriend. You know, what you're telling me is that you had no intent of asking about his girlfriend. That wasn't the focus of the question.
That was not the focus at all of the question. And if you listen to you didn't put the entire question on.
I did put we put the entire question on. What we didn't have is the rest of his explanation.
No. You didn't put my entire question on because you came after. I put the preface to my question was his failure to comply with the rules and regulations on the travel policy and the credit card policy. Then I brought out a specific instance in which that policy was not followed, period. And he never answered my question as to why he doesn't have the receipts, as to why he doesn't follow the policy like every other city employee has to follow. That was the gist of the question, and it's a legitimate question.
For those of you following at home, we're talking with Akron mayoral candidate Mike Williams. We're going to blow out this commercial break because I want to stay with this. We will at the top of the hour, Mike, so thanks for being with us.
Great.
We've got another couple of minutes here. But, you know, when I ask you this, when we talk about personality of politics, if I'm hearing you right, you don't think it's an issue that the mayor has a girlfriend? I don't think anybody in their right mind would deny him, the happiness of having companionship. You certainly don't do that, do you?
Absolutely not. And again, that is not my issue. I'm not concerned. Matter of fact, anybody asks me about any other elected official's personal business, I really don't know because I don't stay focused on stuff like that. I am less than concerned about that. The only time that I have an issue of concern is when something impacts city business, city taxpayers. That's when it is an issue. That's when there is a question. And this whole question about he's used this whole thing about his travel as one of his necessary things to do. And I don't necessarily disagree that some travel is not important. I think, though, the citizens think and feel that there's been too much travel, not enough results, and a real lack of focus on their issues and concerns relative to their neighborhoods, public safety, the operations of the city, and dealing with the day-to-day business and the day-to-day issues that citizens are dealing with.
Mike, I got to wrap.
That's the focus of this campaign.
I got to wrap things up in 30 seconds, though. This came across in a public debate with your father, your wife, your children in the room. I'm sure the mayor has felt the same when he's had people attack him personally. With his family, with his mother, with his children and grandchildren also paying attention to this. What does it say about our political system when we sink to this level?
Well, I think what it says, first of all, if he had actually listened to my question, then he would have had an answer. And he went on with a long, drawn-out thing about Expedia and all that kind of stuff. I'm not in this to personally attack Don Plusquellic. My issues have been strictly campaign-based, performance-based issues. We have stayed positive throughout this entire campaign. and we intend to stay positive throughout the rest of this campaign as we're winding on down here. We're staying focused on the issues that residents have brought up to us, and we're staying focused on those things that are important to them.
All right, Mike,
okay.
we're gonna have to cut it short, but
right.
I appreciate your time and talking with us this morning.